Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for round number 12 for the Hungarian Grand Prix in our F1 2025 manager career mode. Now last time out at the British Grand Prix we didn't have the best of races, to be fair, but we move on. Of course Silverstone might not be the best of tracks as we're not crazy good on high speed cornering. Anyways, we got the race simulator upgraded. We've got low underfloor stock, so I'm just gonna check. We do still have 3 left. I don't think we really need to make more. And something I forgot to say is that I upgraded the CFD simulator, so that is gonna be quite useful, and that's gonna be performance straight to the car, unlike the helipad, which I guess we could upgrade again, because I mean the helipad is a helipad. If we ever need any money for anything, it has to be the helipad. But yeah, well, without further ado, of course, Hungary car attributes low and medium speed recommended. If I go check the car analysis compared to Red Bull, they've got the medium and the high speed. If I can go rank on the grid, we're only second and fifth, and they're first and first, as you can see. Hence why we were not as good at Silverstone. So it's gonna be a difficult weekend here for us at the Hungarian Grand Prix. But without further ado, we can head forward as we've got the regulations vote. We had to vote about the not the cost cap, but the CFD and MAU hours, and apparently it won't happen. So that is the opposite of what I did. We've got pit crew training, 50% chance of failure. That is not what we need. Let me how can I if I let them rest half the days, maybe then they'll not become as exhausted. Or do they just have to rest the whole time? I let them rest until I let them rest, and I'll let them rest for now and see, because 50% mistake chance is way too high. Good morning. One of our sponsors has asked if we can reduce the number of factory events that we have scheduled with them due to calendar conflict. This will in turn reduce the overall amount of sponsorship funding we receive this season, but we would get those manufacturing days back to support car development. That is interesting. I'm just gonna deny the request because it really won't matter that much. And then without further ado, let me set the guarantees for this race. I think we're gonna get 2 cars in the top 5 at least, and then we're gonna get both cars into Q3. And then without further ado, I think it's time to head through practice, and I'll see you guys before qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So here we are then after practice. You can see setup satisfaction is quite high, and I could do multiple laps, so I think we should get the track acclimatization up as well. I'm gonna simulate the FP3 session and see how we do. We finished P1 and P3. Doesn't really matter though. You can see driver preparation very good here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We do have rain potentially for quali as practice was dry, so I'm guessing that will indeed mean that we will have a wet quali. I can't see how we've got damaged car parts, damaged DRS storage. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll repair it for this race, because then we will get a grid penalty, and Hungary is a lot worse to get a grid penalty than Spa. Well, at the same time, maybe we can make something work on strategy. So I think I think we'll go for the grid pen here with both drivers. I think it's only a 5 place, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, if it's more than 5 place, I will unfortunately find out the hard way, but that's just how it is. Now, looks like it's still dry, although it might rain soon, so I should probably send my drivers out, and everyone goes out straight away, not wanting to be in the rain, so ideally we don't get held here. That could be quite crucial. Maybe even if one of the Red Bulls gets caught out, that could help us as well. Perez is quite far back. Anyways, Leclerc is gonna start his lap. He's in clean air. Hamilton is in a nice gap as well. So this should just be fine. We do have a bit of a war in battery storage. But that shouldn't really doubt our pace as we do a 27.7 sector 1, 28.0. That is still all doable, as we should have multiple seconds to the drop off. At this stage of qualifying, it's purple sector to 26.4. It's going to be 26.7 for Hamilton. Hamilton is a bit off, but it really doesn't matter. We are on the hards, by the way. 16.7, 16.0 from Leclerc. Hamilton is going to do across the line. Was that a 16.9, maybe 17.0? Might actually have to go out again with Hamilton.
Yes,
as actually the rain starts, so that is fine. We are comfortably through then into Q2. As hang on, we might actually have to go out again. Multiple drivers heading out now on the same set of hard tires. I think that's what we will do with Verstappen as well. Track is still wet, so I'm gonna go out again with Hamilton. I don't think Leclerc will be dropping out, but I don't want to risk it really. As we let Perez go, hopefully he lets us go as well. He does. Are we going to improve? We improve in sector 1. We're going to improve in sector 2. We do improve in sector 2. Across the line, Hamilton goes up to P4. I don't think Leclerc will drop out. He's currently in P8. Should not be an issue. And there we go. That is us up into Q2. Now I'll just check at 0.9. Okay, we would have made it through in P15. Or would we? We would be behind. Yeah, we would have made it through in P15. I didn't want to take that risk, so that is all fine. As we now we have inters, of course. Still the damaged car parts, can't really care about that. Gonna have to go in this now and just send it. As we've got inters, it is raining, so it's probably smart to head straight out with both drivers.
Try to work on the front tires.
And ideally get a lap in before it becomes full wet, because it looks like it's gonna rain really, really heavily. We've got the clean air, 29.6, 27.5, 23.0. What is 20.2 from Leclerc? It's gonna be 20.2 from Hamilton as well. So our drivers are closely matched.
Currently P4.
Now let's see if the rain does increase, so I don't think anyone will improve. So looks like we had yet another one-shot quali, which will get us into Q3.
So at the moment you are P1.
So Hamilton and Leclerc comfortably P1. Verstappen gets provisional pole by a 10th. We might be on to inters. I'll just get the wets for now. But I might actually dry out here. As people are going out on softs. I did not expect that, but I guess that means I will be going out on softs as well. Oh, it is drying absolutely rapidly here. Track condition has changed to dry. I wait to go last second on this one. To ideally have the best track possible. As looks like Hamilton might be held by Russell. Actually, Russ comes into pit lane. So this is going to be it then. Can we make this work? We're currently in P9 and P10, of course. Since we only have the inter-lap times, this has to be a good lap from both of our drivers. We are the last two cars pretty much to set a lap time. Why is it going to be in sector 1 at 27.4 and a 27.7 for Hamilton? That is quite a bit off the pace, I think. As now we're going to get held by Leclerc as well, potentially. That is not what we need. We get let go there. 26.1. 26.3 for Hamilton. Hamilton is off the pace here. Hamilton is nowhere near what we need. Perez is done. Round the last corner goes well, Leclerc's across the line, goes to P4. Hamilton only goes to P8, and he's a second off of pole. That is not what we need. But it's going to be Charles Leclerc in P4, Perez on pole by a 10th, and then Aston Martins, this is what their car is made for, P2 and P3. And we're half a second off of pole. But also Max Verstappen down in P9, which is quite interesting to say the least. As we head to Sunday for the Grand Prix, of course, we will get a grid penalty. Now, is it just the back of the grid? Might actually only be for next race, but I'll leave the old one in for now because it's not a power unit heavy circuit. Spa will be, but we're not there just yet. I'm gonna turn up the driver options, and then on strategy, this is gonna be a two-stopper, that's for sure. If I can just go for an undercut, I think that should pay off. I think that can definitely pay off because we need to undercut if we want to gain any positions. So without further ado, let's head down to the fiver lights.
This is it, the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
As we are underway then for the Hungarian Grand Prix, can Leclerc gain any positions potentially? Ideally we're not being overtaken as Magnussen goes straight past us on the mediums. That is not what we need. Leclerc re-challenges, actually tries to go round the outside of Lance Stroll there as well, in the Aston Martin. Now Hamilton holds off Verstappen, although Verstappen goes round the outside and Hamilton literally just lets it past. That is really not what I would have hoped for. Let's check the tire situation. Many drivers on softs, so this is going to be an interesting start to the race then, as I might have overfueled again. Maybe overfueling is really not such a smart thing to do on this game, even though we can push. As you can see, we're dropping out of DRS range. As Leclerc goes up to P3, someone made a mistake. Stroll locks up at turn 5, and that has cost him big time as he goes through the uphill left. And then he locks up and he goes straight on, and then he just stands still as well, which is basically game over for him. But that is P3 with Charles Leclerc, which I'll happily take. Tires are getting quite warm as well, though somehow the AI are just pushing the tires even more. It barely makes sense the way they push their tires that much. As you can see, I'm pushing my tires and I'm overheating. For some reason, they're just not overheating. As now the management phase has begun. We're really not that far off. Only 2.5 seconds, so a good undercut will obviously help us a lot. Now I think I'm gonna pit Hamilton this lap, see if he can undercut Magnussen. I'm gonna go hards this lap, and then I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go mediums this lap. I'm gonna go mediums next lap, or actually hards. Hards. I'm gonna go hards next lap with Leclerc, mediums this lap with Hamilton. Ideally, we don't get a pit stop issue. We really don't need a pit stop issue. We get a pit stop issue, which is just absolutely insane. Literally every second race, as Leclerc and Perez in the pit lane. Perez goes for a fresh set of mediums, which is interesting. I did not expect that. As we keep pushing on our tires, and Alonso will probably come into the pit lane in a second as well. Ideally, Leclerc gets within DRS range of Sergio Perez, but it is a hard task to ask. As you can see, we're literally pushing like crazy and we're still just losing time. This is actually insane, the pace of the leaders, and now we're just dropping time like a stone. That is crazy. Hamilton still on the back of Magnussen. Unfortunately, we would have easily undercut him, but then of course the safety car, Or the virtual safety car thought otherwise. As Magnussen actually makes a mistake there, I think. As you get another yellow flag. Do we get another virtual safety car? I'm gonna take a look at the replay as it's Alexander Albon and Nico Hulkenberg through turns 4 into turn 5. They make contact. Somehow that's not a safety car. As Verstappen is into the pit lane. Hamilton can do one more lap and then I will pit Hamilton for hards at the end of this lap for a nice 30 lap stint to the end of this race. Hamilton gets a normal pit stop, which is decent, as Leclerc actually closes in a lot on Sergio Perez. Now what I'll do and try stay out and go for softs for Leclerc. I don't really see any other way of us getting anywhere high here, although I don't know even if it's possible. It's a long gap to take these tires. Alonso here, I think the smart thing is, I might have missed the pit lane actually. Do I just go mediums and play it safe? 21 laps. I think I do just go fresh set of mediums, play it safe. I mean, there's not much to lose, there's only to lose the signs, to be fair. As we actually go one more lap, which costs us even more time. We do rejoin in front of Sainz, which is good. And we have a clean pit stop as well. So I guess now the question is just push and see if we can close up. We can. Sainz actually goes in the pit lane, which is interesting. So yeah, I guess we just push and see if we can close in the gap. We are closing in that gap quite rapidly, to be fair. If I use some battery as well. Can we just get in DRS range once? We can just get in. We're so close to DRS range of Sergio Perez. Just let us get in for one lap, please. I think we might have been in there. And there we go. We are indeed in DRS range of Sergio Perez. As we actually go for a move already. We didn't really have to do that. That is quite interesting, to be fair. As Leclerc actually makes the move stick, so fair play. I will not defend this though. I will have to manage these tires like crazy. Otherwise this is not gonna work. Yeah, this will be very hard. Our tire wear is not looking good. We still have 5 laps to go. This is really not looking great. I did not see this insane decrease in tire wear or like tire life. That is something else. Try and stick it out, see what we can do. He is pulling out a bit of a gap though, which is arguably not what I want, but don't think there's much I can do to fix it. What I could do is go fast lap with Hamilton, I think. I think I could have the gap. As here we go then. But Leclerc tries to go around the outside of Perez, which is interesting as we actually do get the overtake. So if I get in front, I'll just do a lap of pure saving. I can put always defend as well. Leclerc back up into P3 then, that is interesting. Question is, if I pit Hamilton for softs, where will we rejoin? 24 seconds. I think it's worth it because we can gain the time. Like, we've got so much fresher tires. I think I'll just go for it and hope to get the fastest lap. But yeah, mainly of course we've got Charles Leclerc, who's gonna try and defend from Sergio Perez. Perez cannot find a way past, and he can't find a way past in turn 2, can he? Maybe he can. Perez does get past into turn 2, as we're on the penultimate lap of the race then. Can we get this P3 back? I think here we have to go in overtake mode and attack mode. I think I already gave the battle assist. We just have to overtake here. This turn 1 or never. So here we go then, last lap of the race. Alonso is leading by 2/10 as Leclerc is not gaining enough, unfortunately. Our tires are dead as well. Can we get the exit here? We took a bit of an exit. Can we look for a move? We can't look for a move. And that is not what we need, as you can see. Hamilton about to start the last lap. Ideally we overtake Ocon here and then go for fastest lap, which is exactly what we do. Tires are cold, which is not why I wanted him to have. Can Leclerc go for any sort of move? He goes for a half move, can't make it work. Hamilton sets a purple sector 1 around the last corner. It's going to be Alonso to take the win, and unfortunately Leclerc can only get P4. But Hamilton, can we get the fastest lap? We should be able to get the fastest lap quite comfortably here. It's our purple sector 2. We might actually get held here at the end, but it's still going to be 1 less point for Red Bull. We do indeed get the fastest lap, and that is P4 and P5 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Could have been a bit better with Leclerc, but yeah, I'm surprised we closed in quite a lot on that last stint, but the tires just gave up at the end, which was quite poor. Decent race from Hamilton as well, taking the fastest lap in the end as well. And then in the drivers, Max extending the gap, Red Bull as well, but we're still in close range. 1 good result and a DNF from Red Bull, and we are right with them again. So that was it with today's episode, and until the next episode, might be tomorrow, might be the day after, because I might have another video planned since I now have pedals again. From me, it's take care and goodbye.